I wanted to compare Odyssey and HMH and see the difference in what they would look like. I did see another teacher's lesson where they were able to link in to Odyssey where you have to go to that program and work. So I thought I'm going to see what HMH would look like. Now I know for sure that I can't guarantee what the program would look like because I'm not sure how we would be able to embed it. But what I did was I took their sample that they gave us, the sample program, and just took the link. I just linked it directly into Brightspace and was able to open it within Brightspace. So I just kind of wanted to show you what I'm seeing, and if this is a possibility, then we can go farther here. But for example, the first lesson I linked in vocabulary and context, and I just off the top of my head just kind of came up with a little sample lesson there, or directions to the text. I did notice, and let's start here with because of Winn-Dixie, I did notice that it will open up where you left off last instead of opening up to the direct link through the page. But as I looked and explored here, we could teach the students to either look at the page numbers, but as they get further along in the text, that would be a lot of movement through the text. But we could also go in here and say, okay, we are on lesson 4, and and then pick it. Like this one is lesson 1, and today's lesson would be because of Winn-Dixie, so they would be able to find that. You could also change the page view. I kind of like the double page view, but that could be a student's preference. You can also have this audio read aloud to you, and I'll click that for a few seconds so you can hear that.
Lesson 1. Anchor text. Genre.
Okay, if you click
Realistic
this
fiction
T,
has
it'll
characters
highlight
and
what they're
events that are
reading.
like people and events in real life. As you read, look for a setting that could be a real place.
Okay, so that's kind of goes through the reading. They don't have to use that if they didn't want to. Then you could flip through. I just love how rich the text is. They can also make the page bigger through the page view as well. Just to have actual text. This is one of my favorite books that I used to read to my own children, and then of course they came out with the cute movie to go along with it. So this is just an idea of what it looks like. Just to take you through what I was thinking as far as if I use this in my classroom. For example, this page has great standards things here. The story structure, that's standard number 1, and in the reading, this would be a fictional text. The point of view over here with the first person and third person, and then of course flashback. I can see possibly pulling this out here and doing a lesson on story structure, possibly pulling in a voice thread and explaining this little section here, creating a quiz in Brightspace, or Adobe Acrobat form that they could complete online and then upload it. Then different scenarios that we do anyway in our class to make the class ours and actually do some one-on-one teaching, not quite one-on-one, but you know what I mean. And that's just kind of an example I came up with. We'll go through the rest of lesson 1 here. Lessons are meant to go for a full week. Another example I noticed here was the classroom conversation, and it has some conversation questions here to go over about because of Winn-Dixie. I could see making a quiz out of this, but even further than that, I could see doing a voice thread where we could have classroom conversation where the students could reply and then comment on each other's, and kind of actually have, it wouldn't be real time, but it would be there for them to look at. And of course, formal and informal language is another standard. Different standards are pulled out just in this one lesson. In the Journeys program, each fictional text is matched with an informational mentor book. This would be the informational one. It goes on to do a grammar lesson and then a narrative writing. And again, this would be just the textbook. As the elementary teachers, we would have to create our own instruction to go along with the textbook. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what that looks like and what exactly sure 100% because we didn't get to meet with the rep to show us exactly what it would look like in bright space, but that's kind of what we were thinking. Along with that, um, we were really hoping, and I just kind of played around here. This is all links to the text, so we would definitely want more of our information in there. Um, the interactive lessons are just amazing, and we really, really wish that would work. And I did play around with it, and I just put in a link again, the same way I did the textbook, and it worked. But again, that doesn't have.
How
I
can
don't
you
know.
sort and classify quadrilaterals?
Again, I don't know the technical end on the other side, and I understand that. But this lesson, and it goes through, it would start it, and it goes through how to identify quadrilaterals and classify them.
Hi there. Denzel and I were watching people fly kites earlier today.
I won't bore you with that, but it is in my classroom. I just was sticking it into language arts just as a just to play around, and I just wanted to share that with everyone.